All right, hi guys, Nitro Allie here at the 74th Annual Winter Nationals here at Pomona Drag Strip. I'm here with Michael Gonzaga, Junior Dragster parent, and he's here to talk to us today about the Junior Dragster program, which is one of my favorite programs in youth motorsports. So thank you so much for talking to me today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
No, it's absolutely my pleasure. And, you know, these cars are absolutely beautiful, and I love that kids can start driving these cars at the age of 5 years old. So how does all of that work?
That's right, Allies. They can license at the age of 5 and start competing at the age of 6. So there's 4 groups, 4 categories. Group 1, age 6 to 9, and Group 2, age 10 to 12, and then Group 3, it's a different index, and you go faster and faster as you go older. So age 13, 14, and then 15 to 17, which is Group 3 and 4. And then when you get older, something that prepares you a little bit faster, you have one of these junior comp cars. You can compete in this car at the age of 14 up to the age of 20.
Awesome. Now, for each age group that you just listed, how fast are these cars going in the 8th mile?
So in Group 1, age 6 and 7, they're going about 35 to 45 miles per hour. When you get a little bit older, they run the same index, though. They can run 1190 index, and they go about 50 to 55 miles per hour. Now, as they get older, 10 to 12, and the Group 2 890 index, they go about 75, 78 miles per hour. The fastest these cars can go, and they're only built to really go 85 miles per hour. Any chassis builder, they only build it to go that fast. So NHRA has capped it off at 85 miles per hour for the Group 3, which is basically ages from 13 to 17.
Awesome. And then tell me a little bit about these engines. They look quite complex, but, at the same time, they're not.
They're not. So at the beginning age 5, 6, 7, you got to run the Briggs & Stratton motors. Those Briggs & Stratton motors are only 6, 7 horsepower at best with the tailwind. Aside from that, you can go to once you get older and you start going a little bit faster, you can start going to like a Nick Woods motor, a McGee motor, a KD motor. There's engine builders that have these billet motors, and they hype them up to 60, 70 horsepower now. And they're always hopping them up and doing all this, but it's still running an index. So no matter what, you got to have the reaction time. You still got to have the weather factor. You got to have a driver factor, and you still got to work as a team. So there's a lot of factors aside from just the motor.
So tell me about this Junior Comp Dragster motor. It's definitely not the single-cylinder Briggs & Stratton that you were just talking about.
No, they're not. So this particular one is the Suzuki GSXR 1000. So this is actually a stock motorcycle engine. The intake and the exhaust isn't stock, but it's a stock internal. The one on your side over here is the snowmobile motor. These, again, just run in a 690 index. They go as fast as 100, 105 miles per hour, but they run in a 690 index and with a Pro Tree.
Awesome. Now, I know a lot of parents get concerned about putting their children in a race car going at some of those speeds, especially at the age of 5 years old. But you and I both know these cars are incredibly safe. Would you mind going over some of the safety equipment that is utilized when driving these cars that make them actually safer than riding your bicycle?
Yeah, actually, the first and foremost is that the driver's got to know the safety features. They got to know how to turn off the car. These things don't have good turning radiuses, and you got to go really slow when you do turn off the track. So you got to teach them those things first, right? So safety first, you got to teach the driver that it is a dangerous sport still. Anything, just like anything. But it's probably, when they learn that, it's safer than riding a BMX bike. And I'll tell you why. It's because first you got to get the certified helmets, which I lost, I know somebody has a helmet, but you got a fire suit. In the junior comps, you got to have the 5-layer fire suits. In the juniors, they wear a single layer suit, but they got to wear the 5-layer suits, pants, and then there's neck restraints that you got to wear, and then there's arm restraints where they actually restrain your arms from leaving the cockpit in case if anything happens. There's a 5-point harness, and there's SFI padding. All this is required by the NHRA. And in every event, just like today, there's an event here, they actually tech the cars. So there's a tech inspector that techs all the cars, that techs all the safety features, make sure all the helmets are inside the date requirement, because you actually have to have a certified tag from the manufacturer.
That's awesome. I know that the NHRA really puts safety as a priority for all of their drivers, especially with the kids.